How calcified is your pineal gland? That question is very relevant because certainly we all need to know what the essence of the pineal gland is. Well, the essence of the pineal gland, your pineal gland, is to give you awareness of space and time. Yes, you didn't know that space and time is the essence of your pineal. Now, how does it do that? There are two neurotransmitters that the pineal gland produces. Those two neurotransmitters are serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin connects you to space, melatonin connects you to time. The thick red arrow there you see is pointing to your pineal gland. It's a tiny cone shaped organ that's right there at the center of your brain. So this is the gland that we are concerned about. Why is it necessary to be concerned about it when it is calcified? By the way, calcification means that there's a lot of calcium that is stuck inside your pineal, and so your ability to distinguish space from time becomes completely blurred. You are no longer time conscious, or you are overtly time conscious. Space is no longer of great merit to you. You mess up the space all around you, and also you mess up other people's space. So when you act like a barbarian, you keep going to war against people. You know your pineal gland is calcified. That's why you don't respect space. You destroy the rainforest. You poison the oceans. You do all of these things. You have a very, very badly calcified pineal gland. And then with respect to time, if you procrastinate, you are not doing anything on time, you drag your feet, you're always tired, you're always lazy, well, your pineal gland is also calcified because you have no respect for time. So this is what we are going to talk about here very briefly, about the system that I have developed at the Dogon University of Thought that gives you clarity about your pineal. Is your pineal gland calcified or not? Does it have a lot of particles that have formed the calcium that we talk about? That's what we're gonna discuss. I'll now show you our pineal tester gauge, the Dogon pineal tester gauge. The tester gauge is made up of what we call pineal pinostats. One by one, you see the pinostats come out. The one in red is what measures your serotonin level with the red arrow, and the one in black is what measures your melatonin level with the black arrow. But in the middle of them all is the gauge itself. Now, how did we come up with this gauge? Well, we came up with this gauge through our Wonder Wheels games. The Wonder Wheels games are designed to measure how you function in space and time. So everything that is the essence of the pineal is what we have incorporated in this game. So when you take the BSI test, you will answer several questions. We have several sections. We have a pre-test section that has 5 different tests, and then we have a post-test section similar to the pre-test. In fact, the post-test is the same as the pre-test. Why is that so? Well, the reason why that is so is because we have the Wonder Wheels games that are right there in the center of the tests. The Wonder Wheels games, there are 3 of them that you will play. So playing the 3 games will give me an idea about how you get initiated into performing any task. Initiation, I measure your initiation capability, and then I also find out from that same test how you motivate yourself. Motivation, I've discovered that also. And then the last is challenge. How do you challenge yourself to overcome all types of difficulties? So there are three factors that I look for in terms of measuring your pineal against space-time: your initiation to task performance, your motivation, and your challenge capabilities. Now, when I discover all these features about you, now you know exactly whether your pineal is calcified or whether it's not. Because these discoveries will tell me what your motivation level is, whether you are motivated towards something that is subjective or you are motivated towards something that is objective. I know that. And your state of pineal calcification is all going to be determined by those determinations. So if your motivation leads to objectivity, I can tell you clearly that your pineal is not as calcified, although there may be different problems in your initiation process or your challenge process, but I can definitely tell you that the pineal is not calcified. So that's what it is. So you see how the system comes together. The pinostat, the pineal pinostat, the pineal tester gauge is powerful. Take this test today. Take your BSI test. I call it the brain stimulation imaging test. This test gives me the ability to graph your initiation, motivation, and challenge levels. I will graph it. I'll provide a line graph that you will see the evidence of how you think, the evidence of how you communicate in space, and how you utilize time. You will see that in graph. That's how it is. Thank you, Professor Momo, Dowa University.